Hello there, you wild and amazing internet and you beautiful creatures at the beyond. Today we're gonna try something super interesting. You can do a lot of vector design into Inkscape, but what a lot of tutorials don't tell you is how accurate and mathematical Inkscape really is. And it's kind of a shame because if you're passionate about mathematics, and mathematics is actually an art because there is a beauty to working with numbers and making them do what you desire them to do, or create shapes and specific algorithms exactly as you theorize about them. And then when you put them in practice, you get the whole thing. So, just to demonstrate, when we're going to create any any shape, yeah, or let's make a rectangular. I can make a rectangle, a square. So I'm making a square, you see, and as I'm making this square, I can see that I can change its dimensions really easy. But there is a thing to it. Why are we doing it this way when if I just make a random dimension, yeah, we can actually tell it to be super exact. So for example, we wanted 40 by 40. Perfect, no? And now I'm gonna move from the object tool, yeah, from the rectangle tool, and I want it to be exactly center. So I'm gonna give x 0 and y 0. Bam. Um, Interesting. It didn't center these things correctly. There we go. Center accuracy. So as we can see, now we have a perfect square. Did I press? Oh my god, what am I doing? This one isn't centered. Yeah, sometimes you have to be careful how you do this. So now if I select this and I put them here, I wonder what is happening here. Why am I... Is this center going off the rails here? Yeah, I don't know to what's... Oh, I think I know. Or I don't. No, I really don't. Anyway, so we have centered it to 0 and 0. Okay, perfect. So if I'm gonna do another one like this, let's say I'm gonna make this one grayish. Let's put it to the back. I want this to be... We can also modify it from here, but we see it's 61 by 105. So 61 by 105. So this works, okay? So I can go, but the problem here is that I have to modify them both. But here I have this locking mechanism, and if I say 80, then we get, oh, sorry, I have to also make this 80. And then if I lock it, and now I say, let's say 100, bam, it goes 100 as well. And again, I want it to go to 0 and 0. Oh, okay, I see. Uh, huh. So it's the corner that that aligns. It's not the center. Okay, that makes sense. That definitely makes sense, doesn't it? But let's see what happens if we try to duplicate this, transform it into a path, and now we also go 0. Okay, so now if we want it to be centered here, this is 100, this is 100, so we're gonna go -50 and -50. There we go. Perfect center, no? And it makes perfect sense. Oops. But now we can just easily... Oh my god, this thread is killing me with this color. So the snap makes it easy for us to just connect it wherever we wish. Now, the thing I'm showing you, this thing, and I've specifically made this background like this. So in order to do that, you have to go Control Shift D or go into File, Document Properties, and I've set the color to this with this code. You can just whatever copy it if you really wish it, and then we have set up our guidelines. So this is the center where we're going to create, and this is this is the positive side, this is the negative side, correct? So for example, if I want to move it like this, we're gonna see it's -100, -100. If I want to move it like this, -50, -50, because we're only going 50%. But if I'm going to move it like this, come on, snap, something like that. It's 0 and -50. So this is 0, 0, because we're going in this center. And from this center, so this is only x is positive, y is positive, correct? If we're going up, I have too many things enabled in the snapping menu, but whatever, we're gonna use those. This is 0, this is -100 because this is the negative value of y. Then this is minus and minus, and this is minus and 0. You get the idea. So this is the, I think, called the Cartesian system. Anyway, using these principles, what we want to do is create a schematic that looks more or less like this, using these principles. So this is our center mass, center element, correct? So we're gonna start from here. This is not a 1 by 1 scale, but I'm going to use centimeters. In order to do that, you have to go into Document Properties and enable Display Units into centimeters in this case, and format centimeters as well, just so we can get a good feel about it. Okay, so what should we start with? Well, I think the first element we should start with is this axis. This axis is gonna be our base. And we can do it in multiple ways here. We can probably just do this and mirror it from this axis. But I think we're gonna go a bit more advanced than this. And we're gonna do all the measurements as well and everything. It's not gonna be as easy and straightforward as it looks. And I do not recommend you do this in Inkscape if you want to do this type of geometry and measurements. Although Inkscape is capable of doing this, it involves quite a lot of steps. So for this, I recommend FreeCAD or whatever CAD system you want to use, because that one does everything on the fly and you just input measurement, and it is designed for this specific task to create to prototype your pieces based on your desired measurements. On the other hand, here we're going to kind of like cheese it through. So it's not gonna be so easy. But we're gonna look at our cheesy piece over here, which is very simple at the first glance, but we shall see. Um, And we will be stuck in a few things that we'll have to make our way around. So the axis first, okay? So for the axis, we're just gonna take the Bezier tool. Let's make, well, the axis here, this is 128 centimeters, okay? So let's make it like so. Let's make it black for now. And we can go like 0 and, well, we're, we're gonna leave it like that because this has a thickness, so it's okay like that. And we're in centimeters, okay? And we want 128, but we want it longer, so let's make it around, I don't know, 140. Okay. So this is gonna be, oh, well, we have some issues here, don't we? Once this recalculates its distance, it automatically tries to put it to the 0, 0 value. So we're going to put it like minus 0.5, and we're gonna make it as a 1. Oops, oops, oops. Oh, I see what we did wrong here. So 140 by 1. Why isn't it working? Oh, there we go. So now we know but it's not exactly 140. Why the hell aren't you doing what I'm asking you? You're so annoying sometimes. Yeah, I don't know. This one is weird. But again, as I said, some things you just can't fix. It's really, really, really annoying. Okay, this is the best we can do. I'm gonna try to go 140 again. I don't know. I hope now it works. So now if we know it's 140, then this one should be minus 70, right? Bam. Now this is our centerpiece. And unfortunately, this is gonna recur through all of our designs, these tiny mismeasurements. But if you persist, it works. Now, obviously, these are just... this is based on the anti-aliasing. That's why we get this tolerance error with... Well, it's very small, but it's there. Now, obviously, this will not impact our design at the end, but you know, just to get an idea of how we have to work. So we're gonna call this as an axis, main axis. Okay, so this is our main axis. This one, let's call this template, and we shall see. And this one we're gonna call sketch or whatever. Good. Now, with our axis in place, let's make something interesting. If we look at our axis over here, it's interrupted like this. It's not a straight line. Okay, so probably this is gonna be will have to be even smaller. Let's try to make this, I don't know, 0.5. that looks more elegant, right? And let's make it a lighter color. Let's go with something like, sorry. Oh, come on. Select it. And we're gonna make it like so. A lighter color. And we can disable the rulers just to see what we're doing here. So our line is like this, but we can create an interrupted line. So in order to do that, why did you change? Well, I suppose it changes because it takes into account the thickness. It's like an offset, so probably that's why. But it's still centered. Okay, I hope. Is it? Well, it looks centered. Anyway, um, we want to make this into something custom, right? So select it. And let's see, we can choose this one. And we see it's 8212. So you would be wondering, what the hell is this? Because we have two segments. But in reality, what we see is 8 is the first segment, 2 is the first gap, 1 is the second segment, and 2 is the second gap. So if I say 10 here, now I see that we've created a second gap quite large. And this is gonna create a custom dash, okay? So select it. And we're gonna say, I don't know, 20 by 10 by 5. Maybe the gaps should be smaller. Let's try 5 and 5. I think that looks okay. I also selected to make the edges rounded, but you can also go straight. But I don't know, rounded looks much more better for me. Good. So now we have our main axis. What do we need to do next? Now we know that this is 44 centimeters. So that would mean this is 22, right? We could create a line at 22 centimeters high. But I don't think that is the best approach. So let's look around here. What else can we do? Well, let's start with this part. This one is pretty obvious, right? So this one has a radius of 70. So if we re-enable our things here, we can do, well, right now it's applying the last thing we've selected. Are we centered? Yes. We can do well, this one is interesting because if you look here, the width and height is actually the width and height of this, which is kind of weird because they don't match. Why don't they match? Okay, let's say this matches. So we have to make, this is the radius, okay? So 70 by 70. Perfect. Perfect. So we're gonna take the center. We're gonna snap it in center here. And we already see that this is going far more out. How the hell is this 128? Aha, so it's not centered here. Hmm. Interesting. I didn't take this into account. Hmm. Hmm. Well, what the hell is with this radius? Why? Where is the center mass then? Hmm. Well, I suppose this is the center mass, but we have to go 128 from this edge, which is weird. Hmm. Well, so far this is what we have. We can't do much about it. So let's roll with this. I'm gonna just make this. Well, I'm gonna leave it as it is. Um, for now at least. So we're going to make this wide. Let's say this is gonna be a 1, okay? This is much thicker. We are going to make it as full as possible. And we have this, yeah? So we can we could use the control to see where we have to go. And the thing is, if you want to have a line, you have to go with the mouse handle outside. If you go inside, it's gonna disappear. Good. So we have this shape. Now, this shape is R70, yeah? So this is our, let's make sure it's still a 70. And this happens when, is it still in position? Yeah. This happens when we change the width of this line. Okay, so we can make it straight. So, and it's still gonna extend here. We can't do much about that. We can remove this if we really want to remove the extension. Okay, so that's the very first step. What's the next step? The next step would be, I'm trying to think this logical. Um, that this radius looks like a 5. No? It looks kind of like a 5. It says, so this should be 10, the whole width of the circle. So 10, and this one should be 22. So we should have, so if this is up to here, this looks like the dimension from here to here is double. So we know that this is 10 and this is 22. So, and this is an angle of 45 degrees. So let's do an angle of 45 degrees from this center. I'm gonna take the Bezier tool and we can go like this, but this is 15 degrees, okay? So this is 30 degrees. So if I leave it like that, how much did we make this one? 0 0.5, 0 0.5. Okay, so right now we know that this one is somewhere like this, but it's not 45 degrees. And how do we determine 45 degrees? Well, there is a very simple way to do that. So first of all, I'm gonna delete this and we're gonna create a new line, something like this. And we are going to use the measurement, the transform tool. And you have a few things here. Matrices are very complicated, but this is like a combination of all of these other things. And there are other tools to use instead of matrices, like in the extensions and in the path effect, sorry. So we can do it that. Now, we could obviously use the handle to change the angle, but we can also use rotate. So how do we use rotate here? If it's 45, we're gonna select our thing here. We're gonna type 40. I keep typing in the wrong thing. We're gonna type 45 and we can select here. It's degrees, radians, turns, gradient. Okay. So if I'm going to apply, it's gonna apply this way. So that's not okay. So we're gonna use the other one, the other side. So there we have. We have a 45 degrees angle. And now we're just gonna gently place it in the center mass here. But we have to be careful because, as I said, I have a lot of things enabled, and we have in this. And usually I use most of them. You can simplify it and stuff like that, but you're gonna need most of the snappings most of the time. So we have to be sure that the node snaps here and it's not the edge or anything like that. Okay, perfect. So now we have a 45-degree line. And we're gonna keep this line like this. Probably it is a bit too long, but it's okay. We can, if we want to cut more out of it, we're just gonna have to do another node and remove the other one. Perfect. Perfect. So now, since we have this, let's see. This one is 22, right? So it is from this point to this point, it should be 11. So that means 70 minus 11, that's a 59. So if we select another circle, and let's make it full. Yeah, we're going to go with 59 by 59, the radius. We are going to keep this at 0.5, that's all right. We're gonna go with the custom one to get this. We can play with the dimensions here, that's not a problem, we shall see afterwards. So now if I'm gonna take this and center it, let's make sure it's centered, perfect. Now we have an idea of, well, where this has to go. Okay, so this is our second axis. Um, good, good. That axis is gonna come in handy. Now, since we know that this is a 45 degrees, we're gonna take this and duplicate it. And I'm just gonna move it like so. But again, make sure it is centered on the node. And we know that this is 45 degrees. One way to make sure it's 45 degrees is to use the measurement tool. And the measurement tool is a bit tricky to use. But if you know how to use it correctly, it's gonna be perfect. So if we take this and we move it here, well, let's see, it's more or less 45 degrees. There is a taller. Wait, I haven't snapped it correctly. Come on, no. Oh, damn it. I hate when this happens. You have to press Control, make sure it's there, and then when you move it like this, it's somewhere like that. Yeah, as I said, it's tricky. It's tricky to use the. Although it has its uses, it's kind of annoying to always like select and then you have to go bam, 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 put it on the correct corners and so on and so forth. So use less of this when you're doing that. But for now, we're just keeping it on because it helps us with tangents and whatever. Excuse me. Okay, so we've created a nice inclination here. So we know that we have. There are other ways to do this, these circles, but I'm gonna just simplify it. So this is the geometric way of doing it. Another way would be for us if we're gonna do like a small circle like this. Oops. We could use path effects and we could use rotate copies, for example. And we could play with the copies this way, like we determine where we want it to be and how many we want to have. But it's not super useful, in my opinion, for our example. Okay, so in this version, this one should have the same thickness as this. So we're gonna go with 1. We're gonna use a full line, yeah? And we know that the radius of this is 5 because this whole length is 10. Is feet 10. So if we're gonna use 5 by 5, there we go. We have our very first circle. And we're gonna give it a this intersection, the connection, okay? So this is our first circle. Then we have 2 more circles, yeah? This one goes here, this one goes here somewhere. But I'm gonna have to do it manually. For you. Perfect. Perfect, lemon. Now, if we look here, well, this one is pretty difficult to get at these correct measurements. So in order to do this, we're gonna have to kind of cheese it through. So let's say, I don't know, 50 by 20 by 10 by 20. And it's not that bad, but I think we can do better than this. Let's say 80. No, 60. Where's the line here? That's weird. That is kind of weird. Ah, wait. I see. What's the problem? Because this one is full. So, hmm, I don't actually know how to. Huh. So the length. I think this is kind of difficult to do. Yeah, I will have to choose it through. So let's go 70 by 5 with. We can also kind of try to push it like so. And then we get a bit more relaxed with this. So this one has a longer element here. We could try to push it like so. And maybe go 50 by, well, maybe it's longer. So then we're going to go 60. No, more. 80 by 10, 10, and 5. Anyway, this line should technically be here. So it's kind of a chore to get it right. I don't know. I really don't know. Maybe let's try 40. 30. Ah, 30 is getting us there. Maybe 30.5. Yeah, that looks nice. Maybe a 7. There we go. Or a 6. 5. Laser accuracy. Well, it's as close as we can get, okay? And this is just an axis, a rotative axis. Good. Good. Obviously, if you do this by hand, it's you can elongate it as much as you need, uh, and you have other tools at your disposal to play with. Okay, so we have this. We can. What can we do? What can we do? So this one is a 22, correct? So we're gonna take another circle. This is gonna be 1. We're gonna go full. And we said it's 22 by 22. Oh no, it's 11, sorry, because this is the radius. 11. Perfect. So we know that the center of this coincides with the center of this, correct? They're both at the same center. This one with this one. But now, the thing with this one is that this has to start somewhere here. Well, this, oh shoot, it's the other way. So this one has to start somewhere here. Unfortunately, I don't know how to snap these handles. There's no option from what I can see. So we're gonna have to kind of cheese it through. So this one goes somewhere here, okay? We can go all the way, but we don't need to. And this is gonna be tricky because this one has an R22. So this one, we don't actually know where the center of this is, but we know that it combines with this and this. So we would need a line at 22 centimeters. So if we're gonna do a line, let's just take a line. Oh, come on. I don't know, something like this. And we know that this line, well, let's make sure how long is this line. This line is gonna be 100. This one has to be 1. 100. Annoying as hell. So we know that the x is gonna be, so I think this is x. The x is this, right? So this is gonna be minus 50, and this is gonna be 22, because we have 22 from here to here, correct? Yeah. And we can duplicate this, and we can tell it it's gonna be minus 22. There we go. So now we have this happening here. Now we need to create a circle that's tangent on this and this. And that's gonna be a nightmare. Because I don't know exactly how to do that. Well, we know that the radius of this is 22. So we're gonna create 22 by 22. And now we have to find the tangency between this one. Well, first of all, it has to be tangent on this line. And then it's gonna be tricky to make it tangent on this other line. There we go. So this is the intersection. Now we have to what's happening here? We have to make the tangent go here and the other tangent go here. And in this case, this tangent has to go something like this. Maybe even more. Yeah, this is gonna be problematic. Because the combination here is, well, first of all, this one has to disappear. And we have to be a bit tricky about this. And if we look at our design, you can see kind of like this is not perfect, but this is the best we can do. I'm not sure what would help here because if we use anything else, it's gonna stand out. So yeah, I think this is the best I can do. As I said, not the best job to create this kind of things, but it's the most we can do about the accuracy. So now we know that this one is somewhere here. So we're gonna create a new oh come on, snap. A new node. We're gonna remove this one and voila. Perfect. Perfect lemon. Now we could combine these two, but that means we have to make it destructive, which we do not want. So we're gonna keep it as it is. It's not perfect. What else could we do here to make it perfect? Maybe if I push it higher and I push this higher. So, whoa, 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 whoa. Mhm. Well, the combination is kind of straight here. Mhm. Yeah. What if we try to make a line that goes something like this? And we try to tell it to go like this. And I don't know. Hmm. Well, I guess it's something like that. Good. Now, obviously, the continuation of this line is not perfect, and this in actuality would get deformed because this would form an angle between it. This would technically start to S shape here if it was correct. And um, but this is the limitations that we are set up with our geometric constraints. So if this would be an actual piece, this would start to become an S. So this would require another circle over here. And in this combination, this would combine this with this. So technically, but this is far more difficult to do. I'm just gonna demonstrate as an example. So let's say it would be something like this. So then you would start to create, but we would have to deform the whole thing here because this would have to be a path instead of an object. So when we have this, then we have to create this element over here, and that would remove our sharp edge. Anyway, and also you have to kind of calculate the difference between these radiuses and get the medium value. It's a pain, but just for demonstration purposes, this will do for now. So we're going to try to mirror these two. And since we're snapping, we didn't snap correctly. There we go. What did happen? Is this not minus 22? Oh, okay, so that's a problem. Since there is no way for me to... well, okay, let's think of something else. There is one trick we can do. Let's create something like this. And now if I select this, and duplicate it, I go like this, and push it a bit lower. Why is this line not going the same size? Did I not make it correctly? Huh. Interesting. What are we doing wrong here? We are doing something wrong. Because this should be in the continuation of that one. So what is the problem? Maybe I need to make more. Hmm. Let's try another thing. So let's try this with this with this. Control duplicate. We're gonna go like this. And now we know that it has to go like so, but there is a difference here. I think I know what the problem is. No, it was okay. This one is the problem because this one also has a thickness. So I didn't take that into account. Yeah, well, this is a problem because Inkscape is calculating differently than well, we're not doing correctly how we're doing it here because in actuality, the line is centered, correct? But since we have a thickness here, we are kind of screwing ourselves up. And this is why you require like something like cut because it always knows the points of origin and where a node starts, and it doesn't create all of this trickery with thickness. And when you obviously you can create thickness of lines and so on, but it has a relative dimensioning versus what we're doing here, which is kind of an absolute dimensioning. So yeah, it's tricky. But anyway, if you're gonna do a design just for design purposes, this is gonna be all right. So far so good. We suffered enough. Now we have to do this length over here. So there is definitely another circle over here, which is 28. Oh no, wait, that's 28 here. This is the radius, 26 here. Ah. And what is the angle of this then? That looks like a 45-degree to me. But the thing is, you cannot find this angle unless you do these circles over here. Ah, this is a painful thing. Okay, so we know that the distance from this point to this point is 128, okay? So, damn it, how do we do this? Let's, I'm gonna create a line from this point in the center to somewhere here. And this one has to be 128. Correct? Correct. This one has to be 1, and this one has to be 128. And again, 1. Oh god. It's a pain. Definitely do not recommend using this. So our line should be starting somewhere here. So we're going to see this one is... Well, this is weird. Why is this 100 like this? Okay. So we see something. We see that this center is at 26. And I'm not entirely sure what this measures. Is it where the circle? But it's weird because the radius starts somewhere here. So why the hell are you measuring this? Huh, interesting. We got a dilemma. Okay, so now we have radius 13. I've picked a pretty complicated piece to work with, huh? Well, I'm trying to understand it. Yeah, if I would know this angle though, because this from here to here is 100. So we could go with a line of 100 for now, just to get an idea. Okay, let's see what we can do with that. So we're gonna get a line. Let's do it like so. And this needs to be 100. This needs to be 1. This needs to be 100. Oh, and this needs to be 1. And this needs to be 100. I don't know. I think it's correcting the tolerance bit by bit by bit. Okay, so we know that the center of this should. Well, this is problematic. Where is the center? Hopefully, this is the center. So this is the center. Okay, perfect. That means we can push this to minus 50. No, that's too much. Let's go 55. 60. Maybe even more. Anyway, something like that. Okay, we're gonna remove this line. Oh, okay. I see another problem. This one has to be intersecting with this somewhere here. And this one, the same, somewhere here. So we have our shape. Now, we know this is 100, but we know that this is not the correct height. Now I'm curious if this is 128, because if I'm gonna take the measurement tool and I'm gonna click here and move this one over here, it's 127. Why the heck did you not go 128? Ah, you're killing me. Yeah, because that 1 centimeter thickness is, well, whatever. It's complicated. It's making us do more math than we should. Well, what can we do? We'll leave it as it is. We're gonna take that error. Otherwise I have to move it 1 centimeter to the left, which is 58. Well, now it should work. Let's see. Come on, go to the correct spot. Yes, there we go. 128. Perfect. I mean, we could have done it with this as well, but I'm too lazy. Okay, so now we know that this is like that, 100, okay? Now, this one is 26 centimeters from this line, okay? So we'll have to make a radius. No, this is a radius of 14. So I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna go 14 by 14. And we have to find the correct measurement. So we know that well, the problem is, well, this is, I don't know how exactly to do this. Because I know that the difference here is 26 minus 128 minus 26, that's 102 from here to here. So how do we do 102? Because from, well, let's see how much is from here to here. Because otherwise it should be 51 from here to here. No, not from here to here. Well, let's see, first measurement tool. This is 58, so not helping us. Okay, 58 is from here to here. But that's 116. What the hell? It's so complicated. Anyway, back to our thing. So 58 minus 26, that's 32. So from here to here we should get a 32. So if we're going to center this to minus 32, that's not right. Yeah, that's not right because this also has the radius to calculate. Wait, why is this minus? This should be 0. No? No, it's not. Damn it. This is killing us. And the thickness and, oh god, this is killing us. So 32, and we have to take into account 13. 13 plus 32. It's 40. 13 plus 42 is 45. We are at 45. What the hell? Whoa. I kind of guessed it. And we also have to take in. I don't know. It's there. Okay. It's there. Measurement. I don't know if we did it correctly, but well, it's not 32. So from here to here 26. Let's see. From here to here 27, 39. Okay. So this means, let's calculate this. So minus 27.39, that's 17. Oh, come on, what the hell? Mm. Oh my god, I forgot what I had to do. 20, 20, how much? 26. So we need to remove 1 centimeter here. So this one is definitely gonna be a 44 or something. No, 43, sorry. What the hell is happening? Ah, you're murdering me. 28. No, you need to be more. 46. Okay, okay, we're getting something. 40.5. Was it 26? Yeah. Well, there we go. We got it. we struggled and we died, but we got there. Okay, so we know that that is the main circle. Now I have to kind of figure how to get this radius. This is 13. Radius 13, that means 26. But how do we get this angle? I'm eyeballing it and I'm saying it's 45, but it's not 45 because 45 is this. So this looks more like a 30. Yeah, that's weird. What else can we get as an idea of how to combine? Well, if I would know where the center of, maybe the center of this is? No, it can't be. Because this circle would look something like this. So the center will be somewhere here. If I would know where the center of this would be, or at least how much this segment is, what else can I use? I don't understand why this is 44. What is it? The combination of where the radius starts, maybe? Or is it the center of this radius? Maybe it's the length of this segment here. So okay, so I could do another segment over here, like so, and then start the radius of this circle like so. But how do I determine the circle here? I think a value is missing somewhere. Because obviously this line is tangent on this circle and this circle, but I'm not sure where the centers of these circles are. And we only have this 44 to go by. I don't know why they measured it like this. This is so weird. They could have just measured this and I would have gotten a better idea, because then I would have known the tangent starts here and I would have gotten the circle easy. So either I'll eyeball it, or let's think what other constraints could I use to get this information out. So this is not parallel to anything. This is not intersecting the center. Hmm. This one looks... This is a sharp angle. Yeah, this looks like a 30-degree. Even less. Come on, math. Work. Work. My brain is not working, unfortunately. So let's do this. R13, okay? So radius 13. We're just gonna take this one, for example, and modify it. Oh, interesting. So this is just a tiny bit smaller than this. And we know that this has to be tangent on this. Okay. But this tangency over here... If they would tell me that this radius becomes tangent on this line, although it's hard to say. So this would be phi 26. But where... So this would intersect. So this would be 44. We have 60 here. So 44 plus 26. That's 70 something. 77. Is it 77 this? And this is assuming... This is assuming a lot. Well, let's take the measurement tool and see. So if we, I don't know, select this center over here, that's a 35.5. So that's more than 70. That's 71 actually. So technically, I think I need to push it more. I don't know. But again, how do we determine with this 44 here R26? So if I'm gonna go R26, which is a pretty huge circle, this one, if it's tangent somewhere here, not sure it needs to be tangent on this as well. Because like this, we can create a line somewhere. So this would create a line from here to here, but I am not sure. I think this is where the line ends from this to this 44. But the radius starts from here. Yeah, definitely. Because you can see like this is how long it is. Ah, they measured it weirdly. So we're gonna take this measurement from here to somewhere 40. Okay, so this one needs to be somewhere here. Ah, you're murdering me. So if that's from there to there, this has to be 14, right? So 14, I'm gonna move this one. Oops, duplicate this. So this one needs to be minus 14, but we have to take into account the distance, so it should be 14.5, the thickness, sorry. So now if we're gonna connect this to this, it's 14. Okay. Okay, so we have something. Mm, but again, this angle, as we can see, starts over here. I think I eyeballed it out of experience and I got it right. I'm not entirely sure. So now technically we should create another line starting from over here. Well, no, not from over here, from over here somewhere to over here. And it's not quite right. It has to be something like this. Because this is a steep angle, steep radius. So what the hell is happening here? Okay, let's see if what did I create? Two circles? Yeah. Um, so if this would start over here somewhere, this would have to end somewhere here. Like so. And for this one, we would have to start somewhere here. Oops, the other way. No, the other way. We'd have to start somewhere here and end somewhere here. And that is kind of the best I can do. So this is not on par, but I suppose this one is lower. Yeah, I think this one is much lower than this. This is the problem. We don't know the distance from here to here. So if we would know the center of this, we know that this one doesn't go on the same part. Well, this is kind of something. Well, the paper is warped as well, so it's not helping us. But I think that the edge of this is tangent on the center of this. Well, as much as it can be. So maybe that is a clue. So in this case, I'm just gonna select this. And since we know this is a tangent of this, we're gonna push it like so. And we're gonna do some magic tricks here. This isn't looking right. This one needs to be way, way more. Okay, I'm eyeballing at this point because I have no choice. So yeah, this is technically the correct position. Okay, I'm just gonna remove this, select these 2 free things. Oops. Oh, come on, no. So this, 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 and this. Duplicate, go into the... Actually, I can do it. That's not good. Go like this, and then push it a bit down. Need to push it here. Okay. And now we need to find the node that goes over here and the node that goes over here, and we remove this and this. Okay, so the same here, we find the node that connects somewhere here and here. We remove this and we remove this. This one isn't correct. There we go. And we need to remove this line. Okay. And we need to get rid of this. Well, that looks like something. It didn't take us an hour and 20 minutes for nothing. Oh my god, I'm gonna cry. Okay, so now we have a few things left. We can do the measurements. Now, the measurements, the easiest way to do the measurements, well, there are a couple of ways or 3 ways or something like that. So I'm just gonna exemplify. I'm gonna take a square and I'm gonna do it like this, okay? Now, we could go to extensions, visualize path, and dimensions. And if we go live preview, we see that we are being added these things here, okay? But that is a problem because I'm gonna click apply, close, and these are all nice and dandy and they're all grouped together. If I'm gonna go in, we're gonna start to see some issues. This one is a line, but if I'm gonna change the color, doesn't change the color of these handles. And these are already extending outside, so it's not perfect. So it's problematic as hell. as you can see, there is, and the size is kind of, yeah, it's problematic. And if we would have to go here and edit on canvas, let me see, there's a lot of stuff going on which we do not like. How did I turn it? Don't even remember. Anyway, yeah, so it's not the best approach. On the other hand, if we have this segment, okay, we can go to extensions, visualize, and measure path. If we give a live preview, I think I've made it too large. Well, I was playing initially to create it for this size. But as you can see, we've created this element where we can set it, and we know it's 21.43 centimeters, I suppose. We're gonna take the ruler and, oops, verify from here. It selects the last point. Up to here, it's 21.43. So it's correct. But that's problematic. Another way to do it is, let's remove all of this. Another way to do it is to actually use the measurement tool. So we have 21.43, correct? Well, we can actually select it to convert into an item, okay? And it creates all of these things. It's somewhat better, but again, you've got a lot of stuff going on here, and I don't know. You can even create an angle if you want. So you could reverse measurements and get the angle. You can even mark a dimension, and it creates this dimension from here to here, but from this point to that point. So you have to keep in mind that. And I don't know a way to edit this directly to make them bigger. So they're always going to be small at this scale. So you'll have to make it smaller scale. Again, it's complicated. And it gets the right measurements, but I think it's far more easier to just do it by hand. And again, it's creating inside of groups and stuff. So I think the easiest solution is to just draw the elements by hand, the lines and everything, and we just write. Of course, you're gonna use the ruler to kind of get an idea of where the... So if we're gonna select this and we put it here. If we're gonna go like this is 45. Okay. So we have 45 degrees. That's perfect. We know it's correct. So in this case, we want to create this. Now, this one is gonna be a bit problematic, but not impossible to do. Although we will have to, I think, expand this one. So this one should have, I don't know, a wide of 160, let's say. 160 minus, well, whatever, at this point I don't even care. So minus 80. Well, it's gonna be minus 70. 75? Yeah, because the center is not quite well respected, but well, we had to use that. So we want to create a curve here. Okay, so how do we do that? We could, well, let's see. Well, this is more outwards. We could use, let's make a circle. Let's probably make an entire circle. And just kind of gonna eyeball it like so. Well, we know that this is 70, so let's make this an, no, not 10. Let's make this an 80 by 80 for now. And that's about right. And since we know it's 80 by 80, the y, why can't I move it? So minus 80. Actually, no, it's incorrect. What? Okay. Then let's make this larger, maybe. Well, this is gonna be 1. No, it's gonna be 0.5. And what happens? So I'm thinking now, what could we do to create those arcs? I could do this. I could take this and this. And we can go at the edges, and we could go with something like this. But again, we have a problem. I don't know how to change the color of this. How do you change the color? Well, that's handy, but not worth it. Fixed specific angle. No, we want it in continuation. This is just to change. But again, I don't know how to change the color. No. Well, we have to make it like this color. But I don't know how to change the color of this. But we could use this then. But then we have a problem. Because we need an offset. Let's go 5.5. Kind of get there. And we have to apply the same on this side. And this one is gonna be offsetted. Oh, oops, what did I do? Something weird is happening here. Anyway, crazy weird stuff. So, okay. So for this, we're going to offset it again. This is gonna go into the positive, so it's 6.5, I believe. No, 5.5. Yeah, something like that. How much did we select here? 5.5 as well. Yeah, we're going a bit out, maybe 5.4. I'm going crazy with my OTC. OCD. ODC. OCD. 5.3, sorry. No? What the hell? Whoa, whoa, whoa. 6. 5.4. 5.7. 5.7 looks okay. And 5.7 should look okay here as well. I can make it even smaller, but I think it's okay like this. Because if we move the angle, well, actually, let's try. Let's go 5.9. But as you can see, the line is protruding, so it's not helping us. Okay, let's leave it as it is. So this one is like this. Now let's look at our thing. It says 45 degrees here. Well, we can just take the... how do we do the degrees, though? That's kind of weird. Let me try something. Well, we need 45 degrees, so... complicated. I mean, there is a way to set up how much we can go in steps, but let's do something like this. We're gonna rotate it 45, and then we're just gonna do something like this. Actually, no, it was good because now I think we can combine these two, and that didn't work. Then we need to select this with this with this, and select these two lines, these two nodes, and combine them. We're gonna remove the color, and now let's use the measurement tool. Well, I want to use the measurement tool to do this, and then where's the angle? Oh, come on, don't put me like this. Oh, I hate it when this happens. Whoa, 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 whoa. Don't go crazy. Everything is alright. Okay, no, it's probably not alright, because this one needs to be in the center, and this one needs to be in the center. Good. So now, if I should take... no. Well, whatever. I want to get this 45 degrees thing, so I'm gonna just combine it like this. I'm gonna go here. And how did he make this degree, I wonder? Well, I don't know. But we can just take this, we can snatch it from here, bam. Go here, select it here, we're gonna angle it. Something like so. Well, maybe that's too much. Hey, hey, hey. And maybe make it a bit larger. What's the font size? Font size, font size, font size. Let's use centimeters. Let's go with 5, 45 degrees. We could make it go in after the path, the text, but I think that would look a bit weird. And as we can see, this is like more handwritten, ours is more... Actually, we should remove the zeros. Keep it like this. I like it. Okay, so we've got an example. Maybe the font should be bigger. Let's go with a 10. Is it too strong? Probably. Let's use a Tahoma. Let's see how that looks. Normal. Okay. Maybe it is still too strong. Can I go? I need something that's a bit... my thing doesn't work. Let's try Verdana. You like Verdana? Oops. Metallic? No, normal. I wanted to make it a bit thinner. What's thinner than Verdana? Well, I don't know because I cannot see. This list isn't showing up. Vision. Okay, that doesn't look too bad. But we need to make it the same color as the rest. Yeah. Oh, what happened here? Did we mess it up? Oh, I did mess it up. What the hell? I said 5.7, right? Right. Okay. So I think this is the best approach to create this kind of things. Now we have to make one that's from here to here. So we're gonna take a line and go from the center up to somewhere here. Gonna leave it like that. We're gonna change the ending. Okay, it's remembering the last offset, which is really nice. Oops. And this one is gonna be an R70, right? I think I don't know why is it upside down, but we're gonna put it correctly. Probably I'm gonna move it here. Gonna take this. Well, let's just copy this and we'll create a new text. Text R70. Why is it so thick? It's really thick. How can I make it thinner? Am I applying? Silly me. I had borders applied. So vision. Well, apply it. Vision, vision, vision. Okay, that doesn't look too bad. I'm gonna just duplicate really fast here so we have a backup, which we, what's happening? Okay, I'm gonna put it like so. That looks okay-ish. Perfect. R70, so we know this is the radius. And from the looks of it, it's kind of everything is italic. What the hell? Let's try italic. Let's see how it looks. Apply it. Oh, this can go thin. Let's see how thin looks. Thin italic. Oh, I like this. I like this more. Hmm. Yeah, there we go. Ooh, professional. Should there be a space between R and 70? Let's try. Doesn't look too good. Okay, R70. Good, good, good. Now we have to create this. So we're gonna create a 90 degrees and then something like that. So we can take how do I make it? Well, we can try to make it like so. And like so. For now, we're going to push this, remove this, and fortunately I've used the wrong color. Okay, anyway, so this, how do we make this? I wonder. Control Shift A. Hmm. Well, technically I should just remove this, and I should be able to expand this like so. There was a way to expand, but I can't remember right now. Well, we don't need to be perfectly accurate. But something like this. Okay, let's see how it looks here. So here we need a segment like this. So we could technically take the same segment, duplicate it. Let's remove this node and let's make it like so. Come on, stick to the line. Okay. And no, actually, my mistake, my mistake. We need to put it like so and so. And from here, we need to go to our strokes, and we're going to make what did we use? This one. But we're going to invert it. So in order to invert it, we need to put, I think, the mirror. Yeah, there we go. And we need to offset it by, let's say, 1 should be enough. So the same applies to the other one. Perfect. There we go. Perfect lemon. Mm. So let's see. Well, this one are thinner, but whatever. We want it to be more technical. Let's lower this. So we have this one 3 times phi10. Wait a second, I need to search for the symbol. Because I don't know how to make it on the keyboard. I don't know. Where can we find phi? Disambiguation. Let's look how this phi looks like. Well, technically, it should be different. But I'm trying to not mess up the, there is like that, let me show you. So there is phi that's like this, then there is phi that's something like this, and then there is the division that's like this. Or maybe it's the other way. This is the division and nullifier, and this is phi. I don't know. Phi, phi. I'm just gonna use phi from the Greek alphabet. Let's see how it looks. Yeah, there we go. Is this correct? Although I think it's another symbol. The diameter symbol should be like this. Yeah, there we go. That's the correct symbol. So I'm just gonna duplicate this. Go like so. So it's 3 times 10, correct? Hey, come on, go in. What's wrong with you? So it's 3 times 10 phi. Let's see how it looks here. Oh, it's phi 10. Well, everything is connected, so I'm gonna do it the same. And we're going to turn it. Place it like so. Yeah, well, maybe smaller. I'm gonna push it a bit like so. This one I'm gonna push like so. Well, probably, oops, we should make this X. Why is this X so big? Okay. Yeah, that looks a bit better. Maybe make the text a bit smaller as well. Let's see. We're gonna make it 6. No, that's too much. 8. Something like that. That looks much, much better. We're already looking technical here, don't we? It's not a complicated thing, but it is a pain to work with, isn't it? So we're gonna take this Bezier, gonna push it somewhere here, and we're gonna duplicate it, move it somewhere here. Okay. And then, is it on the same correct path? Oops, oops, whoops, whoops, whoops. Well, it does seem like it's in the correct path, isn't it? Except we need to put this right here. And here it's perfect. So we're gonna do another Bezier and go from here up to here. Perfecto. And we're gonna do the normal lines. Oops. And that looks quite well, quite good. Let's look at our, yeah, they are a bit sharper, but that's okay. Okay, so we're gonna do this 128 centimeters. I see what the problem is here. In italic. Okay, that's not a problem. We need to take this one, duplicate it, make it 90 degrees, like so, 128 centimeters. And we'll put it somewhere like this. I don't know. Although technically it should be more to the left, to be in the center of this. Okay, on the right, sorry. Good, 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 good. I like it. I like it. What else do we have here? We have 44 here. So let's see. I'm gonna just take the Bezier, go from, oops, go from here to here. Let's make it normal. And we're going to push this something like so. Now my question is, do we write on this side 44 or do we write on this side, which is better? I think we're gonna move it back a bit. We're gonna write on this side. So we should follow the same principles of inclination. So I'm gonna just take this, go here, 44 centimeters, and we are going to push it like so. Actually, I don't even think we need to write centimeters, do we? Well, we did write R Yeah, we're gonna leave centimeters. I'm gonna make this one smaller. Gonna make this as a 6. It's a bit too big there. And move it a bit higher. Higher to the right. Yeah, I think I like that. Okay. What else? What else? We need to make this radius over here. So we're gonna have to do kind of the same thing. So, well, but before we do that, let's create another guideline so we can see. Okay, okay, I think it looks okay. We're going to use, I don't know, something like this and like this. It's going through the center as much as it can go, and we're gonna duplicate this. We're going to remove this, and we're going to create, oops, oh, here one and here one. Come on, put it there. And we're gonna remove, oh, sorry, we're going to remove this one and this one, correct? And then we're going to, well, these ones are on the outside. Yeah, okay. So we're going to add the extended ones, like so, and like so. Perfect. And this one is going to be V28. So we're going to use this one. Gonna go here. Oops. Oops, whoops, 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 whoops. V28. I'm trying to use the wrong arrows. And we're gonna make you a 10. Because why not? Maybe push this a bit lower like so. So we don't go too crazy. Move this a tiny bit smaller to the bottom side. Yeah, I kind of like this. I stopped caring if it's correct, if it's the correct size. We already measured everything, so it looks as good as it can possibly go. Maybe we can try to fix this. We shall see. What did I say? I'm gonna push R13. Yeah, so we're going to make one simple line here. And I don't know which one is the beginning. This one? Yeah. So this one is gonna be in the angle. Maybe push this to take this a bit to the left. Okay, and we're gonna take this, duplicate it, R13. I'm gonna turn it. Maybe even more. Let's make this an 8. more to like so. I'm not offsetting it accordingly. Technically, you should kind of offset it at the same distance everywhere. But since we're doing this by eyeball, we are kind of generous with the offset distances. Maybe this one could be a bit higher. And this one definitely a bit higher. Anyway, doesn't need to be perfect. Just needs to look nice. This one needs to be lower. And maybe I can push you more. Okay, okay, that looks okay. Now this next, I don't know exactly how to do this exactly. I mean, I know, but I don't know yet. We'll have to figure it out. Let's make, so we have a center line here and another one here. At this point, I don't particularly care if it's correct or not. So this one goes through and through. So we're going to select this one and go something like so. Oh, come on. Go to the center. Ah, good enough for me. And this one should be somewhere, I don't know, here. We're eyeballing it. I'm not gonna measure it. And let's see, this one should be a bit lower. Mm. And this one should be a bit higher. Not too much, but not too little either. And I think we can use this one to push. Hey, 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 hey. I don't know why you're going so off the rails. Good. I think that is good. And now we need to make a segment here and a segment here, which we can do pretty easy. Maybe this one higher. And we're gonna take the Bezier and go from here to here. Maybe that's too much. And we're gonna apply the same tactic here. To here. Perfect. And let's give it the normal things. And the same here. There we go. And we're going to say 26 and 44. I'm not sure this. Well, technically we could do something sneaky. Could take this because we know it's 44. go like this. We're almost there. This is 44. So we could trick our way through and make it correct. Somehow we messed something up. Somehow. Wait a second. This is going up to here. So we need to push this one up. Why aren't you keeping your... Oh, something like this. Maybe a little higher. No, no, no. Okay. Maybe this one, this to lower. Line. Bam, bam, bam. Yeah, I like it, I like it, I like it. So I said I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna go here. This one was 26 and 44. 26. Probably we're going to make... it is an 8. It's okay. 26 and 44. Voila. And what else? Oh, we need another angle here. R26. So I'm just gonna take this with this. Gonna push you here. And actually we can do this. 26. Voila. Although this one is a bit longer. So let's try to do that. Just so it looks more technical. And for the last part, which is the most complicated one, and I think I need to move this one higher. Well, we're gonna have to duplicate this and somehow try to combine it. Well, that's a problem. Let's move this higher. Hey, move correctly. Maybe this one is too high. No. Oh, come on. Cooperate with me. Okay, something like that. And now let's see this one, if we can kind of... I think that looks okay. And I'm gonna put this 0.5. Technically, it's okay, right? Let me test it. No, it's not okay. should keep the angle somehow. Actually, I forgot. We would. I don't know. Let's just say it's 100. I'm not in the mood to measure it anymore. Because this is for demonstration purposes. And I'm not in the purpose of going insane for over tiny little details. And as I said, this is the best we can do regarding what we have. Mm. So I'm just gonna duplicate. Sorry, this one's supposed to be the other way. And now if I select this with this duplicate and move it. Hey, no, not like that. The other way. Okay, like that. I'm gonna push it like so. And remove this thing. Okay, that's good, that's good, that's good. I'm gonna take this and what? I'm gonna do this. Well, now I have to do it. Well, we can do it. We can do it. Why didn't you connect with? Nah, I hate it when this happens. Now did you connect? Yeah. Now you connected. Before you didn't want to connect. How long is this? It's quite long. Okay, so I'm gonna use this and this, and I'm gonna select this, align them, and voila. Everything is awesome. Now we're gonna do them the same color as everything else. The same color. And we need one more thing. We need this one. And we need to move it like so and like so. Maybe more to the left. More to the left. Nah, something like this. And then we need to define that this is 100. So we need to get something like this. And we say that this is 100 centimeters. And voila. I think it is a masterpiece. And what can we improve here, I wonder? Geez, this took way longer, and this is a simple piece. We didn't even make complicated pieces. I know this is a long tutorial. It's not a tutorial. It's I don't know, a guide. Uh, we could try to duplicate the entire. Well, no. Let's group it first. Duplicate it, and let's see if we can fix this thing. So I want this with this with this with this and this and this and this and this and this and this. Oh no, not this. No, don't select other things. This, and this, and this. And let's combine it. That's not good. It looks weird. No, then we need to look on oh, what should we do here? I don't know. I was thinking of doing that mini circle, but that's not gonna be pleasant. Technically, we should try to somehow combine this with this, but this is not. Mm, well, the problem is that this is a border, this is part of a circle. And I don't know. How do you separate them, I wonder? Because I know how to to fix this, but I need this to be a line. So I could kind of try to do something like this. Oh, well. And then something like so complicated. And that would kind of give me this, but no, it doesn't look good. Because if I could have done that, I would have combined it with this, and then I could change into an S shape. But the problem is, I don't know how to convert this. Because if I convert it into, yeah, if I convert it like this, it's not gonna help me. Technically, what I should do is just, whoop, let's duplicate this. I should try to do it something like so. And if I do something like so, but as we can see, we have a problem here. Okay, and if we're going to come, make this a 1. It's so difficult. Not impossible, but difficult. Okay. So in theory, at least, this one is. I'm gonna just make this one darker as well. Oops. So if I should combine this with this, I take this to. Oh, damn! I'm silly because I forgot that this is also a circle. Ah, you're murdering me. Yeah, this is totally inaccurate what I'm trying to do here. So basically, what I was trying to do is do something like say something like so. which is not perfectly accurate, but anyway, we're gonna try to make it as accurate as possible. Why are you doing this? Okay, something along the line of this. Okay, something. But it's close. So now if I would to take this with this and combine these two together, ta-dam, you would get a far more impressive curve here. Of course, this would not be perfect, but we can already see to start to see that it's far more fluid than what we had before. Of course, it's not accurate, unfortunately. So it should be something like this. And if we try to give it the same color, oops, and let's say we remove this with this, yeah, you see, it's already forming much better than what we had before. But again, you cannot edit. So I'm just gonna keep this version for now. Just gonna do a quick thing over here. And we're gonna, I forgot to put it in the correct position. Correct position, please. Pretty please. With cherry on top. So this with this, duplicate, move it down here, position it correctly, remove this a bit. Yeah, well, there is a problem. What is the problem though? There is no problem. Okay, this and this disappears. And we already have a much better visible thing here. Now, I want to do one extra thing. So, what if you want a cross section? For example, let's say you want to go in cross section of this. Now, obviously, I would have to shift things out of here because they look already horrible if I would do it like this. But let's say we take the entire thing again, and I'm gonna just remove the majority of stuff here. Let me try to go like so, 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 so. Well, actually, let's leave some things in. Or no, actually no, let's not leave anything in. We're going to do the cross section of this element. So the holes obviously stay in their place. We're gonna remove this, 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 and this. And now we have to figure a way to gather all of this and Control Shift C, Control. It doesn't work. Why doesn't it work? So this with this with this with this. C. Oh, was it Control Shift C? Yeah, yeah. No. Control. Okay, no, that's how we do it. Control Alt C. This, this, and this. Control Alt C. Now we select everything and we combine it. Oh yeah, we have to make everything. My mistake. And I'll show you in a moment why. Although I should use something different, but for now I'm just gonna do it like so. So Control C. Let's come. What else is in here that's not happy? Oh yeah, you're not. You are unhappy with me, but we shall fix that. Now that's perfect. So now let's use the paint bucket. Where is the paint bucket? Let's use something like so. Maybe that's too much. A bit darker. Okay. So this, let's try to remove the rest. It's not perfect. We're going to expand it a bit. No, we're gonna offset it. And not by much. We just need to go a bit over the bleeding edge. So 3 should be okay. Because this is gonna go underneath. So I'm gonna apply it. And let's apply it underneath it all. And this is gonna kind of be our mask. But this is not what I'm trying to do. So let's take another line. And let's do it like so. Let's give it the same color. And for this one, we're gonna give a 0.3. And actually, I think I want it a bit larger. Like so. So 0.3. Although we could do it. Well, I don't know. Should I do it thicker? A 0.8? No, 0.7. Let's go with a 7. Okay, so I'm gonna do it like so. Let's well, technically this isn't correct. So let's give it a 45 degrees. So we're gonna go 45 degrees. And now if I'm gonna go here a little lower. Okay. Now we could do something like Hmm. Let's apply another path effect. We're gonna go do this and we're going to create tiling. And we're going to use one row and let's say 100 columns. Okay. Now, this is obviously not great, but what we want to do... Oh, it's not this one. I thought it was offset. What the hell? Wasn't it this offset? Oh no, it's not this offset. It's this gap. Oh, isn't the gap? Gap Y? Oh, come on. Which one is it? I forgot. It was X. What am I doing? Uh, minus 400. 4,000? Yeah. So, ah, 40,000? Okay, okay, 40,000 it is. And maybe that's too many. Let's get with 60? No, 70. And we move this a bit more to the right. Something like so. And I'm gonna apply this. We're going to convert it into... What the hell? Control Shift G. And I want you to be... Okay, everything is okay. What the hell is this? I don't know what I deleted. I deleted something. Anyway, we're gonna move this back and I'm gonna use you as a clipping mask. I'm gonna select you and I'm gonna set clip and voila. Awesome, isn't it? Obviously, you can go a little bit more undestructive than I did. Although, let's see, what we can do is, let me undo all of the things that I've done. Actually, let's leave it as it is. Okay, so this works. So now if I wanna go in and edit them, we can go to this, we can go to maybe make it 0.3. Yeah, it's much more non-destructive this way. And we can go to maybe 30,000. Oh no, what the hell was this? No, undo. What did I do? Why is this happening? What is happening? Okay, as I said, this would act weird. Hmm. Yeah. 60. Oh my god, you're just driving me insane now. 50, 20. Well, maybe 40. No, 30. And what the hell is happening? Uh, I think there is an issue. Release. Where is the release clip? This one should be grouped. And now I don't understand why this is happening. 0. Okay, 10. So if I'm gonna go minus 4,000. Now it's working. Now it's weird. 70. But make it 35. 38,000. 39. Well, 38. And now 30. Anyway, it's really weird. Set clip. There we go. Yeah, so you can make a ton of things. And we can even go forward. Like, we know that this is... Oops, sorry. We know that... well, this is a problem. We know that this is a problem now. Okay, something like this. And something like... Uh-huh. Try to get it in the center. Okay, and something like this. And using this, we can create a cross section, which is pretty easy in this case because it would just be, well, assuming that, well, we don't have to assume because it's clear, like this surface is straight. So this will be just a rectangular on this matter. So all we can do is just, at most, we can chamfer the edges if we really want to, but it would pretty much be just a rectangular like this. And we can decide the thickness on how much we want. Another thing is we can, if we really want, we can chamfer the edges here. But we would still have to represent the holes going through the center. So we would do something like this. Let's empty it. Let's make something like 1. Although, interestingly enough, no, it's incorrect to do it this way. Because maybe here we can but even there, no. So we're just gonna keep it straight. Although again, we already have a bit of an issue with this, but we can easily fix this. And now we need to add, so we already have this one. We need to add a center over here and another center right over here. Perfect. And then for this, we also have to add the edges. So go like this. Oops, I keep dragging this. Sorry. And come on, a little bit more. I don't like this. Come on, get to that center. Mm. Okay. No, okay. Okay, it's there somewhere. And we would have to apply the same to these edges. Again, 90 degrees here. And the same would have to happen over here. So one, come on. I don't know why it's doing that on that side. And the other one should be here. So now that we have these lines, we can go in here and we could just do it like so. We're gonna go 0.5 and we're going to do custom, but this custom isn't good. How much was this? 2555. 2555. Yeah, that looks okay. Probably this should be outside. Okay, so this one is like this. We're gonna duplicate it. Not duplicate it like that. Just this one. We're gonna duplicate this. And actually, I am gonna duplicate this. But I'm gonna also pull. Oops. This one like so, and this one like so, just to represent the fact that this is actually actually these ones they should be dotted, shouldn't they? Like this. Well, maybe not 4-1, maybe a 2-1, or no, maybe a 4-2-3. Yeah, there we go. 4-3. So 4-3. And we should take this and just move it somewhere here. And the same would have to happen over here somewhere. Oh, come on, what the hell? Center it. Okay, something like that. Okay, so we have 3 axes, and then we also have to represent, oops, this hole over here, which is 1, and they're overlapped, these two. And then we have another hole that goes over here, over here. So there we go. Let's see how this looks. Perfect. And if we want to do the cross section of this, I'm trying to think how we should do the cross section of this. I'll probably gonna go in here, duplicate this, move it somewhere here. We're going to release the clip. And let's move it like so. Move it in the back. We're gonna take this. Trying to think. Technically, let's just do it correctly. Let's use the Bezier tool. Or should I use this? And I should use this and go like this and remove the edge. Excuse me. And then I'm gonna move it here. On the correct edge. And we're just gonna pull it. Why did I do this? I needed to duplicate. So duplicate. Pull it like so. Oh, pardon. Pardon me. Excusez-moi. And then we duplicate this again. We go over here. Pull it like so. No, that's incorrect. Should be over here. And then again over here. And have to pull it inside here. Perfect. Align it. Good. So now we select this with this with this. We combine it. This is gonna be our mask. We're gonna select this, set clip, and voila. Oops. What did I do? Where is my thing? Oh, come on. I worked for nothing. Yeah, you got the idea. I deleted this as well by accident. I'm gonna remake it and put it on the thing somewhere. I can't even remember the name. G Drive, and you guys can play around with this. So yeah, this is how you do schematics in Inkscape. Could be better, could be worse, but I highly recommend that you use a CAD system for this because this is more like nitpicking. This is a challenge, to be honest, just to see that we can do it. Of course, we can do this in 3D, and it's actually not difficult to do in 3D. We need to just. I'm not gonna do it now. I'm just gonna take a rest. I'll upload it, and you guys can see what I mean after that when you'll check the file. You guys are awesome. Thank you for joining me in this really long session. I didn't expect it to go for 3 hours. But there were so many things that we had to overcome and to think, especially here on the edge. I was kind of lost. I couldn't get the correct measurements. And I'm still not 100% sure it's correct, but it's close enough. I could overlap them, but never mind. It looks okay. It looks okay. I'm gonna leave it as it is. See you in the next episode, and bye 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 bye.